Hey guys, welcome back to Ballymullin Farm. For those of you watching for the first time, I'm Lance and this is my wife Claire. Hey, so if you've watched before, you would have seen we're just starting this new 10-part series talking about ourselves and the farm. So this is part 2 of the series, talking about our goals and sort of our core values and some of the things we'd like to achieve in the future.
So if you didn't catch part 1, that was all about our farm facts and figures. Where we talked about how much land we have, a little bit about the history of the farm, a little bit about our cows. So if you haven't seen that and you want to check it out, we will try and link it, but we kind of have no idea how to do that.
Hopefully it'll appear down here.
Yeah, but it will appear somewhere. Otherwise, if we can't figure that out, just go and check it out on our channel.
About 4 or 5 years ago, we started working with a financial advisor, Nick Beddington from Open Gate Finance, and he's done an amazing job with us, also sitting down and setting goals, and so basically so that we can sort of know why we're getting out of bed in the morning, what we're aiming to do, and also the setting goals and then I suppose working towards them and making small achievements and knowing, telling ourselves as we're going that these things are actually achievable. We're not just sort of aiming for some pie in the sky thing that's never going to happen, or bumbling along day in day out doing the same old thing with no sort of drive or no passion or no aim.
I always feel like we are definitely more focused when we have goals. I feel like there's been times in our farming career, especially sort of after we bought our farm, where we achieved this really massive goal, and then we were like, what do we do now? And we kind of had a few years there where we were just kind of farming a bit aimlessly, and it was not I don't feel like it was like a really good time for us in those first couple of years.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
We sort of achieved that big goal, and once that excitement had worn off, we had a couple of years getting ourselves back into the groove, and that was kind of where we sort of thought, well, we need a business coach, someone to help us in that area, and brought Nick in, and he's been amazing.
And I feel like we definitely put a lot of value in making sure that we have goals now.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And before we bought the farm, we always had goals, and I think it was kind of a period there where we'd suddenly achieved this big goal, and then it was that sort of next period of, all right, what are our next goals going to be? What are we going to do next? So
definitely.
So
I guess we've mentioned a little bit about our core values, but we probably should tell you what they are. So obviously one is family. Another big one for us is happiness. So I guess for us it means just farming and living in a way that makes us happy. I just feel like when you're happy, life is just so much better, we've definitely had moments, hard times with health issues. I have a couple of autoimmune diseases which have been really hard. Lance has had a few farm injuries, which also makes life a little bit difficult.
Kids with illnesses too, any of those, anytime you add stress into a system, it makes life harder. So happiness is a big one for us.
And I think just coming out on the farm, one thing that helps me anyway is when I come out on the farm, just kind of taking it all in and going, hey, this is an awesome place to live. We've got a beautiful view of the mountain, and it's just a really cool place to be. At the moment, we've got a couple kids up a tree behind us, making a hut. Like, how cool is that? And
hopefully still up the tree.
Yeah. And it's real cool. It's a cool lifestyle, and just really trying to focus on those positives, even when you're kind of being pulled down by different situations that are happening around you.
Yeah, and reminding ourselves, even like most farmers and actually most people in New Zealand in general, with the cost of living over the last couple of years, but also interest rates, reminding ourselves we still have this great life. We're able to do these amazing things because we're able to own land, and it's stressful at times, and you sometimes wonder, why am I doing this? But reminding yourself this is why we're doing it, because we get to live this way. It's why we get out of bed, why we work every day of the week to do it. So another one we've talked a lot about there, but work-life balance. So as we said, that's really important to us, and that goes back to the happiness and the family core value there, that making sure that we're able to achieve those things. So something
else that we really value is hard work. So Lance and I, as we said in our previous video, it's just us on the farm. It's just us in the garden. It's just us producing all of our own food.
Yeah.
It's hard work, but it's rewarding. So I feel like with hard work comes the reward you get from doing it. So that's a really cool thing. It's cool for the kids to see us out there working together. Working together as a family, we put a lot of value in that.
And having the ability to work hard for ourselves. And I think, you know, we realised once we went from share milking to farm ownership, I don't think you realise until you've made that shift how much less cash flow you have as far as spending. And it all sort of goes back to still what we've just been saying about we're working hard for ourselves. We've achieved this massive goal. We've been able to provide this life for our kids and for us, which doesn't actually involve spending a lot of money on ourselves or on them. It's more just the day-to-day way that we can, live. So, we're not working hard for somebody else and just getting a pay packet. It all comes back to us and to our kids.
All right, so the next one is diversity. And so one thing we get a lot of joy out of, and it's probably why we are enjoying the YouTube channel as well, and we share a lot on Instagram and Facebook, is we love to be able to provide our community with the things that give us a lot of joy. So, we grow potatoes this year, we're growing eggs. Being able to provide the stuff that we really value to our community as well, we get a lot of happiness from that, and
get pleasure out of the diversity itself. And it probably goes back to us not wanting, working hard but not wanting to be just working. So we're not spending all day sitting behind cows or just milking cows. Dairy farming can get monotonous. You're doing the same thing day in, day out, a lot of it. So those times when you get to get in the garden, or I love working in the potatoes, or us working together making new chicken houses, or shifting the chooks, or the enjoyment of seeing our first dozen eggs being sold and that sort of stuff is really cool. So it just adds more I guess that lifestyle or that excitement back to life.
Okay, it's starting to rain, so I think we might just have to move actually, and then finish off. We've just got a couple other things, but I'm getting wet glasses.
Awesome. So guys, we've just jumped in the tractor shed here out of the rain. We weren't expecting rain today, but anyway. So some of the actions, I suppose you'd call them, that we are sort of already working towards, or going to start working towards, to be able to kind of achieve that BHAG is, so for the milking once a day, system one thing is working on our herd improvement. So that's through the way that we manage our mating and manage our culling and stuff. So, and that's something we've been working towards for a while, and really something that you do in any dairy business. And I guess it just depends on what your sort of desired outcome is on how you manage that. We're sort of actively working towards kind of being able to extend more about what we can provide to our community. The diverse pastures one, that that's a really important part of the regen system, and that's sort of bringing health to the pastures, bringing health to the animals by providing those plants, helping the soil by getting in those plants that can root deeper down, and help those microorganisms that are living down there too. So this winter I've started undersowing some pastures with some of the different species which you would have seen, and we're going to be, instead of a turnip crop this year, planting a mixed summer crop which has got about a dozen different species in it. So that's really exciting. That's something that's really enthusiastic about getting into and doing more. And we're really excited about being able to extend what we can sell to our community. So obviously we've talked a little bit about eggs that we're doing this year alongside our spuds, and there's so many things we'd love to be able to do. It's just trying to make it manageable for us because it's just the two of us, and also not get too big that I guess the compliance becomes a big issue, and stuff like that. So, but we're dreaming, always dreaming.
Yeah, always dreaming. I think also not putting a lot of stress on ourselves, like Lance said. It's just the two of us, and we don't want to overextend ourselves and then kind of have this thing that we're enjoying cause us stress.
Yeah, or else promise people or promise our community, hey, we're going to do this, and then not follow it through, because they've been amazing support especially with the spuds. And if we start doing that, they're going to go, oh, these guys are a bit wishy-washy, do we really want to back them? So, yeah.
So like also kind of personally, we are really trying to live more sustainably. We have grown a lot of our own food for about 5 years now, but we're kind of ramping up that self-sufficiency for ourselves and just trying to really limit what we're buying from the supermarket. So if we can produce it ourselves, we are aiming to do that. We're lucky to have a lot of milk, so we've been making our own butter and cheeses. We've always sort of had raw milk around, but just kind of making and utilising that as much as we can, as well as having those beef animals as well as sheep for meat, and we're looking at hopefully getting into some meat chickens coming up really shortly, which will be exciting and kind of scary as well. But also just kind of making a lot of stuff from scratch in the kitchen, which is really helping to reduce the amount that we're drawing from the business. And
I'll just say there, sorry, hun, but we've kind of given ourselves the sort of unofficial goal this year to, spend a lot less on drawings than what's actually in our budget. So, we've budgeted an amount that will say, we're definitely not going over that, but we're trying really hard to really come under that, because some of the things we want to achieve, it's depending on, the business having money to be able to achieve that. So if we can, all the savings that we make definitely helps.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. But I think that is all of the things that we wanted to cover today.
Thanks heaps for watching, guys. We always appreciate it. We love doing it, but it's sort of getting feedback from you guys that really makes it worthwhile. So thank you again heaps for that.
So this, like we said, this is part 2 in the series of hopefully around 10 videos. The next one to come up is a bit about what regenerative agriculture means to us, which will be really exciting to talk to you all about. Please, if you've got any questions or comments, we'd love to hear from you. It's really cool building a little bit of a community here on YouTube. Also, feel free to follow us over on Instagram. We're called Ballymullin Farm on Instagram and on Facebook. Also on TikTok, which is a little bit new for us. But
No,
we don't dance. We're giving that a go as well.
But no, it's really exciting for us, like Claire's saying, when people get back and put good comments or question what we're doing or ask questions, or and it sometimes makes us think, hey, why are we doing that? To try and answer that guy's question, why? So is it something that we do for a purpose, or have we always just done that?
But thanks for watching today anyway, guys, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
See ya.